In the vicinity of Mount Hikami, people have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace. One such girl is Miyu Hinasaki. She awakens to find herself in an old half-flooded building. Wow.
Where am I?
That seems like a place I would not want to be. Okay, I was gonna ask, can she see the ghosts? Instead of it just being like a sixth sense sort of thing? Oh, so this is gonna be a fatal frame, the water temple, isn't it? Actually, I completely forgot about that. Anyway, among the residents of the villages at the foot of Mount Hikami, a certain unique ability has been passed through the ages. This ability, known as shadow reading, enables the user to view the shadow or trace of someone lost in inexplicable circumstances. This is not unlike the psychometry practiced elsewhere. Yuri Kozukata accompanies Hisoka Kurosawa, a woman who possesses the shadow reading ability, to an abandoned inn on Mount Hikami. Since Yuri could in time become talented at shadow reading, Hisoka takes her along on an assignment.
I thought that I'd be scared of death. But I can't even cry. I am alone. In the end, I am alone. I will end it all. Alone.
Yuri?
Huh?
What we're looking for should be in here. This is an excellent chance for you to take the lead. Here, take this.
Ah.
This is a camera obscura. It will let you see the unseen, including the clues that will help you find what we're here for. This is your opportunity, your first case. I'm sure you'll do well. Let's start with a little practice. It works exactly like a normal camera.
Oh, I get to practice
Give
with
it
the
a try.
camera?
Just hold up the camera.
Is that being thrust straight into a fight?
The camera obscura photographs the netherworld, a whole other world separate from our own. That world that we see through the lens is not unlike the afterlife. Make sure not to draw too much interest from the things you see. If you aren't careful, you might be drawn into the netherworld yourself. Seem to have changed. It wasn't exactly bustling, but it never used to be like this. Take this. It's a token. It will help lead you to what we're looking for. Now don't panic, but be sure to stay on your guard. Go on and head inside.
Welcome to snap mode.
This is a post-mortem photograph. It's not just a normal photograph, it was taken to mourn the dead. It's why Ren sent us it. But it seems that this photo came from somewhere around here, and he wants us to see whether we can find it.
Well, there was definitely something else over here then, right? Or was it just those hands in the water? Must have just been the hands. You look like you've seen a ghost. We're just gonna stand here in awkward silence. I can't like move or do anything. Oh.
Yuri, wait. I can sense something. It's called a trace. A shadow of the past. The token is showing you the way. These traces can lead you to the right path. Let's follow that shadow. Come on, this way.
Hikami has long been considered holy ground. For centuries, people have been drawn to the many sacred shrines and places of worship, as well as the natural features such as the Twilit Peak and the Pool of Purification, which themselves have been treated with great reverence. The mountain was also popular with tourists and mountain climbers for the beauty of its abundant clear waters and ancient mysterious forests. Worshippers and hikers alike used to find rest at Ishiru Manor, a hot spring resort near the foot of the mountain. Now the inn lies desolate, devoid of visitors. The mountain never recovered from a devastating landslide it suffered many years ago. The shrine road to the summit was cut off, and the flow of the water through the mountain was altered, forever changing the landscape. New roads that were under construction had to be abandoned, and the manor was buried under a slough of rock, resulting in numerous fatalities. Among those lost were the family of the manor's proprietor, effectively putting an end to the business. Mount Hikami's days as a tourist destination were no more. Instead, the mountain gained notoriety as a suicide spot. Perhaps because it was traditionally a destination to which the dying would venture, the mountain is now a place for those wishing to end their own lives. By extension, it has also become a place for thrill seekers interested in the occult. Places where the traces of the past are very strong, you may be able to view echoes of the past. Photograph them in your photo points, which can use to upgrade the cameras. Okay, so the exact same thing as all the other games? Right.
Maybe it's in this room. It appears we need a key. Try using the camera obscura. Yuri, you go on ahead of me and look for the key to the door. I'll wait for you here. Somewhere in this room. Take a look around. Hold on. There's something there. This is what we came here for.
Huh.
We shouldn't stay here any longer than we need to.
You're right.
Let's head back before it gets dark.
Okay.
Yuri, searching for objects like we did just now might be easy, but searching for people is much more difficult. Psychometry allows you to see the psychic imprint as a shadow. Never follow after the shadow of someone who has been spirited away. You might end up seeing something you wish you hadn't.
Yeah, this game's gonna make me be fast on my fucking toes in order to get half of these, isn't it? Where'd you go? Oh. Photograph the fragments before that happens. Okay. When 5 or more targets are in view, taking a photograph will knock them back. The capture area will go red during a shutter transit. Ghosts that are too far away won't take any damage now. The bigger the circle, the more damage the camera will do. I only know he died because I just got a fucking achievement.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought you here.
I am alone.
Once I find a safe spot, I forgot I could just try to go offline. I'm not gonna worry about it. Except it would take me like 5 seconds to do. So if you want to play Mortal Kombat or Soul Calibur or Blast Blue. Okay. Gonna enjoy your... That's all you got right now going on, isn't it? Oh, okay.
Mr. Hojo? Hisoka came by a little while ago.
Ahsoka.
What does she want?
She found the photo book.
She did?
Yeah, here, take a look.
While learning about shadow reading from Hisoka, Yuri used the ability to retrieve an album of mortem photographs from a ruined inn on Mount Hikami. The album was requested by a certain Ren Hojo. As Ren awoke from a bad dream, he found himself tormented by uncertainty. Was it really just a dream or a suppressed childhood memory? The question has plagued him for some time. Oh, nice. Now I can get a bad rank every stage instead of at the end of the game. But I'm playing on normal? I guess I can dig it if I want to go back and try to find stuff from other stages. I can only play on very easy, or normal this time around. That's the one thing I liked about Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. I could at least go straight to hard. Can only be purchased once. A lens that allows you to experience spiritual phenomena. Let's do it. A few days have passed since Yuri's introduction into shadow reading at the abandoned inn. Since then, Hisoka has gone off somewhere and hasn't returned. Yuri worries for her and isn't sure how or where to start searching. As she sits waiting at the antique shop, a girl named Yui? Yeah, we're gonna go with Yui. Himono shows up, claiming to have listed Hisoka to help her find a missing person. Yeah, I've seen this place, it's in Persona. I'm gonna go in there and all of a sudden an old man's gonna start fucking rattling off. Oh, it's an antiques cafe, not just a cafe. Got it. Alright.
Excuse me. Hello? I'm looking for Hisoka Kurosawa. Is she here?
Hisoka.
Oh, I'm sorry, but she stepped out. My name is Fuyuhi Himino.
Fuyuhi.
I've been waiting for her to tell me if she could help me find someone. I still haven't got a reply from her. You're looking for someone? She might have gone to the mountain. Mount Hikami. Mount Hikami? Someone told me that they saw my friend there. It's an infamous suicide spot, isn't it? I don't know why Haruka would go to a place like that, and without even saying a word to me. Don't worry. As soon as Hisoka gets back, I'll tell her. No. That's fine. I can't wait any longer. I'll go look for her myself.
Way to take the initiative.
Huh? Come back!
Mount Hikami has long been feared to be haunted. In the past, it is said that sleeping with one's feet facing the mountain was taboo. Watching the sunset behind the mountain, too, was believed to invite forth beings from the netherworld. Today, the mountain is said to call those fascinated by death. Countless rumors abound of people spirited away to that accursed peak. They are said to venture into the mountains alone, leaving behind no traces of themselves. Some say the bodies of those who vanish can be found at the bottom of the Lake of the Departed at the mountain's summit. Since becoming a tourist destination, the prevalence of such frightening tales did seem to diminish for a while. Even so, despite its fleeting status as a tourist hotspot, Mount Hikami has yet to shake its reputation as a cursed mountain, a place of death. Today it has become a popular place at which to commit suicide. How does a place become famed for suicide? As more people die, the place will gain a reputation, and people are drawn to these spots out of a desire not to be alone in the end. Interestingly, these suicide spots are rarely known as hot spots for spiritual activity. This is what makes Mount Hikami distinct from the others. It has both a tradition of suicide and has long been associated with ghost sightings. Then there are the so-called Maidens of Black Water. It is said that if you are found by one of those maidens, they will lead you to your death. Those caught in the maiden's gaze never again leave the mountain, or so the rumors go. There are also tales of specters on Mount Hikami who relive their own deaths. Those who do not die in accordance with local practices become cursed, forced to relive their final moments for eternity. Many of the people who have kept from committing suicide on Mount Hikami claim to have seen a maiden, or one of those looping specters, and felt a strong compulsion to kill themselves. Perhaps it is because of these stories of maidens and ghosts that the mountain continues to be a popular spot for those looking to take their own life. Damn, kimonos on a rack have really upgraded themselves since the PS2 days. Considering the first time I saw one in like Fatal Frame 1 and 2, I thought that it was just like blade skin being stretched out to dry. Wait, can I use both circle and? Nice. Client, missing item, diary. Token, photo of the deceased. Details, locate mother's diary. Client seeks info on their late mother. Relates to deceased individual, apply caution. Results, the caretaker of the deceased had burned the diary at her request. A storeroom key. Photo of the deceased. Details, locate their key. Item may already be lost. Token and item belong to deceased, apply caution. Results, item located, had been hidden by client's parent. Return to the client. A diamond ring. Token, ring box. Client seeks lost engagement ring. Requested fiance will not be notified. Date of wedding soon approaching. Found it on client's desk. Wasn't in an obvious place, but somehow eluded the client. Client, Ren Hojo. Missing item, album of post-mortem photographs. Token, post-mortem photograph. Details, reference material for a book about traditional practice in Mount Hikami area. Bad location, but minimal danger anticipated. Client is an acquaintance. Result, found in an old building of an abandoned inn. Shadow attempted to drag Yuri towards the netherworld. Should have gone alone. Must warn Yuri to stay away from the mountain. That's telling me we're going right back to the mountain. The art of shadow reading. Shadow reading is the ability to read traces of the past, not unlike... Wait, I feel like we already read this. Yeah, we've read enough of that. I already forgot how to say her name. Fuhi? Dear Miss Kurosawa, please find Haruka. She went missing over a week ago. You do still take on missing person cases, don't you? I've contacted the police, but they're no help. They say she was probably spirited away. Haruka wouldn't have gone somewhere without telling me. I'm certain something bad has happened. I can handle my own grief, but I can't stand the thought of her suffering somewhere. What if she's waiting for me to find her? I'm worried sick. Haruka is still alive, I know it, but something has to be done and quick. Remember when you found that precious picture of me and Haruka? I was so happy to have it. Now I need your help once again.
Hisoka. She must have gone to Mount Hikami to look for this girl. Mount Hikami. A place where many come to take their lives. I'm positive that Fuyuhi must have come here.
Yuri. I'll play this game for almost 20 hours. I'll bet you I never say her name right once. Fuhui. Am I to presume I don't have a camera obscura right now? I do not. Did that actually say where I was gonna scene transition to? That's nice. That's gonna save me from getting lost probably twice. Okay, sometimes a ghost hand will appear when you try to reach for an item. Release R2 at the right moment. Okay, so if you do get grabbed, same shit as in masculine. Except I guess according to what I've heard from other people, you don't lose the item. Okay, so coals that light the forbidden flame. They dry you and remove the tank of black water. The wetness gauge to the lower right of the screen will light up when you come in contact with water. If you get drenched, you'll become an easy target for malevolent spirits. Somebody just jump off that cliff right in front of me. Yeah, dude, fatal frame and chill. How you doing? I missed you earlier because I was obviously mid-pull. We did get the kill. Don't want to go to sleep yet? I need to actually do the opposite. We need to get to bed earlier, but... Hey guys. No, I don't want to check. I want to. Well, I do want to check something. I want to check. Yeah, that. Alright, dude. Have fun. I mean, I probably will die. It's an entirely new set of gameplay mechanics, so I'll try not to. Oh, I saw something. Oh yeah, it's right. I looked into Mount Hikami. It's always been a spiritual place. Not spiritual as in holy, but spiritual as in filled with spirits of the dead. Maybe that's why it's a suicide spot? Haruka wouldn't let me go to die alone, wouldn't go to die alone though, not without telling me. The book said people get spirited away to the mountain. They get called towards it and disappear alone. I read how it calls to people who are perceptive, anxious, meek, and who lack family. My heart skipped a beat when I read that. It was describing Haruka perfectly. She's so kind and accepting. She always opens up to me. She's alert even when she seems to be spacing out. She knows what I'm thinking. Maybe she was spirited away. But where do people go when they're spirited away? The more I think about it, the scarier it gets, and the more my heart starts pounding. They go to the unfathomable forest. Oh. Oh, this is actually the way I need to go. I thought it was gonna be a side path. So what was back here? I'm guessing the bridge is out. Ever like any of the Saints Row? Yeah, I liked all of them. Well, except the new one, I haven't played that one yet. Additionally works out as well. Yeah, I've 100% at all the Saints Row games except I think Get Out of Hell. And I'm probably not gonna buy the new one until it's like $5. Really? I thought a lot of people disliked number 4 compared. Number 3 was a cult classic with at least my generation. Alright, so first off, I guess Good evening, how you doing? Don't be surprised if this is my least favorite. Huh. I mean, currently my least favorite is number 2, technically. A scrap from a notebook. Looks like it fell out from the sleeping bag. How long have I been here? I suppose it doesn't matter. I'm glad I decided to do things right and come here to die. This place feels right. I thought I might get lonely, but there are people here, people who aren't alive. This place may be as strange as people say. I heard children playing just now. I tried to get a look at them, but they ran off before I could get close. Did they come here on their own, or were they left here? Earlier, I heard the sound of raspy breathing and running. After that, I heard a scream. I was scared, and I held my breath. I'm not scared of death, but that was terrifying. I saw a woman dressed in white today. She was draped in cloth, so I couldn't see her face. She seemed to stare at me a while, then left. Which side is she on, I wonder? Will she be back? I saw her again. She turns up every day, watching me. I feel her gaze, but not her presence. As soon as I notice her, she disappears. She must be constantly watching me. I heard a voice, a mournful voice, like screaming. No, like singing. It was a call of some kind, but not for me, not yet. My time is yet to come. Everything I brought with me is gone. Now I have nothing. I like it here. Nothing matters now. This was the right choice. I'm glad I came. She will come soon. She will take me away. She is calling. I must go. So first, why is this everyone's least favorite in the community, I guess? And second, we killed the first boss, so that's a dub. So far I like it. Controls really well. I don't know what to do now that Haruka's gone missing. I can't do anything on my own. It's like I can't breathe. We've been close since we were children. Now she's gone. I realize how important she is to me, how irreplaceable. I can't stop thinking I could have done something when she left that day. Maybe if I'd said something, I could have stopped her from going. The waiting is unbearable. I should have been the one to disappear. It should be me. If Haruka comes back, there's so much I want to tell her. I should tell her how I really feel before we end things together. Maybe she's already known for a long time, but I'll tell her anyways. I have to tell her. Those hands are fast as fuck compared to the other game. kinda wish it was still circle instead of R2. Shadow of War. That was that Lord of the Rings game, wasn't it? This does look impressive, but then again, of course, I get to really enjoy it since, you know, I went from the original on PlayStation 2 to this, so... Yeah, I don't know anything about this game. I've never played this game before, so... I have not played any Fatal Frame game except number 2 back in the day. Haruka and I have been close since kindergarten. We sang a song together at graduation. It was called The Song of Memories. Haruka and I looked at each other when we sang together. I'll never forget that. I think about those times a lot lately. They were the best. I even hummed that tune. If I even hum that tune, I start to tear up. Wait, what does that say? It doesn't look like she went in, okay. I think I just never really got the opportunity and chance to play Fatal Frame games. Even Fatal Frame 2, from my memory, I rented it one day when I was at my mom's house, visiting her. It was also the first time I played Gungrave. Oh, I rented it myself. She didn't buy me anything. Ah, goddamn. Dude, those hands come out of nowhere. I like it here. I can die alone here. There's no one to stop me. I can take things slowly. A peaceful, dignified death. Life is nothing but misery and suffering. I'm sick of it. Yeah, that spooky hand's about to catch my hands.
Fuyuhi!
Yoo-hooey. 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 Say her name again. Yoo-hooey. I'm never gonna get that right. So uncultured.
Haruka. She's here on the mountain.
At least I got Haruka right.
Have you seen her?
No, but she's here. I have to find her. Join the others.
Hey, I'll go and look for Haruka.
Fuck, it's been so long, I can't even really remember. What was it? 3 schoolgirls that made a suicide pact?
Die alone in a place like this.
Watching the sunset makes me want to cry. I have no home to go back to. Nobody would be there if I went back. Everyone would be there, yet no one would. I know that now. That's why I came to the mountain. My grandma used to tell me never to go to the mountain at sunset, but my feet led me here. I chased the sun and it kept getting bigger. I couldn't stop. I felt the need to write something, so I'm scribbling this down. I had to go into the water. I had to write this first. I had to write something. What else should I write? She's calling to me. I have to go before the sun sets. Familiar faces. Well, let's see here. The only people that are still technically alive are Miku? Not Miku. Who was the one you played in Fatal Frame 2? She should be alive. No, she's... The girl from Fatal Frame 1 is dead. Maybe. I guess, I don't know. I never played the games on hard mode to get the proper ending, so... Maybe just like Fatal Frame, the one we just played, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, where apparently... She did make it out alive? So is that like a hard mode?
Fuyuhi!
Cutscene? Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. They run. Ah, well, in the events of Fatal Frame 3, Miku died, I thought. She got spirited away. Wait, are these guys not actually gonna attack? Just that annoying game of chase. Oh, they're crying. Oh, that's because they're dead. Or double dead. What do you mean, touch them? So after I exercise them, I need to run at their... Okay. Alright.
Ryuhi!
Yahui.
Haruka. She's here.
Yui. Tui. There, that's your new name. Who you he? You he. Hey, get over here.
Oh, not you.
Sorry. I have an escort right now. Not that kind of escort. Yeah, she looks like she might have seen a ghost or two. I don't have a picture of her yet, do I? Stand still. Thanks. Nothing like a friendly kiss between friends. I guess my homie's good night. To
Ryuhi!
you.
Where are you? Close your eyes back to that day in spring. Cherry trees are blue.
I haven't even looked at my camera. Oh, this shit costs money.
In their full splendor, I know I'll remember you.
Oh, is this gonna be why people don't like this game? Is because when you get touched by water, everything goes to shit, like at the end of Fatal Frame 3? When you had the purifying flame?
I know I'll remember you. Play with me forever. I know I'll remember
You shouldn't do that. That's bad for your health.
forever and ever.
She went and did the thing. Oh, so in other words, it's gonna be right up my alley. I'm done. I want my brain to turn off for a bit. I did not press X to dodge before I'm attacked. If you touch a weakened ghost, it triggers a fatal glance and you'll see its memories. Ah, okay.
Ryuhi.
I see now.
Ryuhi. Haruka. Ryuhi. Ryuhi.
Haruka. Together.
What? There was like 4 different fucking people. Oh, okay. Hey, there she. Okay.
You've seen too much. You cannot leave the mountain. You will dissolve into nothing.
You know, I'll have you know, I just kicked one ghost's ass. You're next. Ghost attacks may leave you tainted with black water. If this happens, your health will continuously decrease. she's the one that brought Hui here. Hey, whatever. I give up. She's dead anyways, right? It's too dangerous. Can't stay here. I have to go back for now. Well, there was an item back, but oh, there was an item back there. Oh, yo, that's fucking brutal. It's gonna be time to run, isn't it? While searching for her friend, Yuri ended up taking her own life. Having witnessed her final moments, Yuri knows she wasn't alone when she died. What of that other woman who killed herself in the same way? Not to mention the mysterious shrine maiden, Sodden from the Rain. Yuri managed to locate Hisoka's camera obscura along with the charm she always liked to wear. For now, she must return to the antique shop. A for excellent. Awesome. That's actually the word that starts with A. Do I have enough points to buy the cutesy goth ensemble? Oh, I do. If there's one thing I really liked about Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, it was playing as Kishiro. Like, that man felt like you were just popping off with his little fucking camera flashlight. Way better than, I want to say his name was Ray from Fatal Frame 3. I hated playing as him. Anyways, Ren Hojo, a writer, is haunted by a recurring dream in which he kills a young girl during a ritual. He receives an album of post-mortem photographs, located on his request by Hisoka. Upon viewing one of the photos, Ren recognizes the very scene from his dreams. Eager to delve further into the puzzling mystery, Ren heads to the abandoned inn in person this time, bringing along his assistant, Rui. That man is the best. Who, Koshiro? Yeah, I actually really enjoyed playing as him. The only one I didn't like playing was, I think her name was Misaki.
Will you die with me?
Yeah, it was also tragic. But at the same time, kind of, I don't know, a touching moment
She's
at the end.
beautiful, but she looks sad too.
Yeah.
Of his storyline.
Isn't she
and
the
then,
type of
course,
woman
as
that you
part
get
of,
nervous around?
the end of
Yeah.
the game.
There may be more of this stuff out there.
Yeah, that's kind of
Shall
what
I call
assumed.
Hisoka?
No, let's go there ourselves. It'll be quicker that way.
Because obviously Hibana was dead anyway,
At this
so...
hour?
It won't take long.
So then, shouldn't you take the camera obscura? You haven't used it yet. This could be your chance. People say there's something off about that place.
Okay.
Yes, that's the same report that we already read from earlier. The Maiden Slayer. Q, the only thing they have to fear is you. Mount Hikami has long been steeped in legends revolving around suicide and ghosts. Revered as a sacred place since time immemorial, it was once the worshipping ground and home of many shrine maidens. Once, there was a man who fell in love with the maiden and came to the mountain in order to court her. However, she remained loyal to her duties and refused his advances. Enraged, the man killed her and threw her into the river. Several days later, he returned with a torch and a blade and proceeded to brutally butcher all the shrine maidens on the mountain, tossing them into the river as he went. The waters of the mountain flowed red with blood, carrying the slaughtered corpses of the maidens all the way down to the pool of purification. It is said that the eyes of each of the shrine maidens had been gorged out. Just before killing the first maiden and tossing her into the river, the man's eyes met with those of his victim. Something in her eyes led him to murder the others, or so the legend goes. With all the maidens dead, he killed himself by cutting his own throat. The ghosts of the shrine maidens, still drenched in those bloodied waters, have appeared on the mountain ever since. It is said that those who meet their eyes are led to their deaths. They follow the women into the water and drown themselves. Though only a legend, the story is believed to be based on an actual incident. Local records show that the bodies of several shrine maidens were discovered long ago, and that all rituals and rites ceased to be performed on that day on. I feel bad reading Ryu's journal, but we're gonna do it anyways. Mr. Hojo can't clean up after himself. For someone who's lived alone so long, he's incapable of housework. He can't cook and he's bad at tidying up. I'm more like his caretaker than his assistant. He loses things all the time, and whenever he doesn't have a book he needs, he blows up. He usually ends up asking Miss Kurosawa for help. One time when I was trying to sort all of his books, there was one day I couldn't find it anywhere. It's like it just disappeared. Miss Kurosawa found it with her shadow reading. She went into his room on her own and then came back out a little while later with the missing book. She just smiled and said something about making the invisible visible. What is this shadow reading business anyways? That reminds me of the one time. I was tidying up and I came across something I'd never seen before. It was like Miss Kurosawa said, the invisible became visible. It was kept inside an old box. I don't even know what it was. I put it aside to sort out later on, but then when I went to take a proper look, it had vanished. It must have gone invisible again. Memorial portrait. The act of photographing dead bodies was a practice in...
December 9 hype, December 9 hype, December 9 hype.
Thanks for the resub, Heroic. 6 months. How are you doing this evening? Where was I? Memorial portrait. The act of photographing dead bodies was a practice in Western countries in the 19th century, a time when photography was still a rare and expensive luxury. The bodies of the recently deceased family members and loved ones were photographed in lifelike poses as a seldom keepsake of remembrance. While researching the phenomenon, I discovered that a similar custom made its way to Japan as well. Known as post-mortem photographs, a small number of these photos still remain. I have been fortunate enough to obtain one such photograph, and which I found to contain a certain beauty lacking in its Western counterparts. When photography first arrived in Japan, it was accustomed by the prevalent superstition that photographs could steal a person's soul. Whether anyone truly believed this or not, it surely gave post-mortem photography a special significance in Japan. If photos were taken with this belief in mind, then post-mortem photographs would not simply have been taken as keepsakes or for mourning purposes. Rather, the practice may have carried a deeper spiritual significance. And then we have a reply letter about the appraisal request for the camera obscura. Duran Hojo, the camera you left me to look at is a device known as the camera obscura. Its purpose is to capture images of the supernatural, things invisible to the naked eye. These cameras are incredibly rare, with an almost mythical status in the antique market. A few have been known to exist, but this is the first I've ever seen with compound lenses. I don't mean to frighten you, but rumor holds that to own a camera obscura is to invite misfortune. They say everyone who has owned one is either dead, lost their mind, or gone missing. The camera themselves have outlived many owners. While some aficionados do seek them out, the stories of previous owners meeting with such misfortune has had an impact on their value as antiques. My obscura was left to a local family after its previous owner passed away. They graciously gave it to me. I believe yours is still usable, but please do exercise caution in doing so. P.S. The cover on your camera obscura is broken, but it seemed it originally had a box shape. I doubt you'd sell it to me, but I would like to borrow it for a while if you don't mind. I'm happy to compensate. Please think it over.
It's almost sunset. We should hurry.
And yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
I've actually finally gotten used to a lot of my alerts. I remember back when I first started streaming, every single time something went off, I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
There's a local superstition warning people not to go up Mount Hikami after dusk. If you climb the mountain in the twilight hours, it'll show you a different form. Its true form. Only those who wish to die come here at that time. I think that's the inn where the album was found. This must be Ichiru Manor. So, do you think you'll be able to use the camera obscura? I think you should try it out first, just to be sure.
Okay.
Alright, so my camera obscura. This allows you to take multiple photos at once. Use the multi-shot function to take 4 photos at once, dealing more damage. Standard camera obscura lenses do not work with mine. Yo, that's dope! I should have probably done that with Type 7 instead of 14. Be sure to watch Slick Deals. That's how I got mine for so cheap. There was like a rebate, basically. You bought it online at Walmart. Oh shit, there's a ghosty right above you.
Is the camera working?
I don't care about you.
Well,
Shut up.
look like you,
Oh, it's
so,
gone.
yeah.
Is that a good thing?
We should.
Honestly, if you can get a DualShock 4, if that's what you're accustomed to, I would suggest it. The DualSense has a little bit more nuances to use.
After it became an inn, the proprietor's family lived here, but it doesn't look like anyone's been here. There was a massive landslide that hit Mount Hikami. Maybe they were all buried under the rubble. Hey, it looks like the album you asked for was found in the old building.
Yeah, sure looks that way.
Like, even for this, I have to use DS4 or Windows, but if I was using my DualShock 4, I'm pretty certain I could get away with just using the DualShock. Ryu used they, them pronouns. Now that you mention it. Yeah, I could see it. Pretty interesting if you think about it. This game released what the original was still back in like am I still using type 16 fucking or 14? Yes. There it is. I'm actually glad you don't lose the item in this game, because otherwise I would be fucked.
I don't think this is the way to the place Hisoka mentioned. It should be around here.
I forgot that when you change ammo, well, boom, you have to completely reload. Don't go that way, come this way. Thank you. Paying attention. Yeah, I mean, that works. I personally am more of a fan of the DualShock 4. Well, I'm sorry, the DualShock. The DualSense. I'm getting used to using this controller,
This must be the room where Hisoka found that album.
Like, I've been playing Mortal
Seems
Kombat
so.
11, Soul Calibur, and this sort with my girlfriend, and I definitely feel like I would be doing a little bit better if I was playing with my DualShock. Oh, that's right, you gotta like bring it into existence, don't you? How long has it been since I lost everything? The mountain swallowed up half my yen. All I have left is my old album of post-mortem photographs, the one left by my father. I don't even know who these photos are of, but it's the last vestige of family I have. How long have I spent here, wallowing in the darkness? It doesn't matter. I'll burn it all, and then there will only be me. I think I'll end up in the observation room on the roof. The sunset is lovely up there. Using this note as a token, I may finish this. That sucks. Yeah, I got the Starlight Blue or whatever for my DualSense when I bought it.
According to the stories, after the landslide, the owner of the inn moved to the 3rd floor.
What?
They say he burned himself to death there, or that he threw himself into the lake.
A common enough story.
Tell me about it.
Did I just fuck up that fight by walking forward too much?
Since then, they say that if you look up at the 3rd floor veranda, you'll see someone looking back down.
Really?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that's how it was gonna roll out. But ended up getting too much 14. so I'm not too upset about wasting it for tutorial purposes, I guess. I think my game just crashed.
According to the stories,
There
after
we
the
go.
landslide, the owner of the inn moved to the 3rd floor. They say he burned himself to death there, or that he threw himself into the lake.
It's not a lot of
Common enough
progress,
story.
I don't think.
Tell me. Sensen, they say that if you look up at the 3rd floor landing, you'll see someone looking back down.
Really?
I'm sorry.
That seems like a very bad place to be, my dude. Kinda really hate the item picking up in this game. Yeah, it's sort of similar, but I don't know. Maybe it's because brace sense is tied to it. And also I feel like you could just put pressure on the button and start like trying to play around to see if hands were coming for you. This, it seems like if I let off R2, it immediately just takes me back to the game world. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. fucking creepy as shit or anything. Yeah, like that right there. It just keeps trying to go towards the trace. Even before the landslide, there was always strange going-ons around here. Some years ago, 2 girls went missing on a college field trip. The police were stumped. A few days later, one of the girls turned up again, seemingly out of her mind. There are a lot of theories, but most people believe they were simply spirited away. That girl came back each year to look for her friend, like some sort of pilgrimage. Countless people have gone missing here over the years. We're all used to it by now. My father was spirited away too, as was the folklorist Keiji Watari. Yeah. Next it'll be my turn, I bet. I'll vanish with the rest of them. I know anyone will think to come looking for me. Maybe after this game I'll play God of War or something so that I can say like Nordic names and the shit. Things that I can actually pronounce. Yep, pronounce. I'm already off to a good start. Except it took me how many years to learn how to say Shohei? I feel like I'm actually going the complete wrong way, but... Yeah, but if I'm gonna learn a new language, I'm gonna learn something like Italian or Swedish or Nordic, Danish. Yeah, I mean, something romantic. I always wanted to learn Italian, but back in the day, I was stuck in Spanish class. Like, you literally either could take Spanish or French, and you were forced to take one or the other. And so at that moment is when I got interested in learning Italian, but then, like, just since Spanish is basically just masculine and romantic is mostly feminine, I don't know, it just like threw my brain for a loop, and I was just like, I'm not gonna sit here and try to remember the differences between the two. All I learned after 2 to 4 years of Spanish was "Mi no habla español." Taking photos identical. Okay. mean, if there's anything I don't have any interest in, it's learning French. I fell into the wall! I'm right here, dude. Oh, no. I don't need your messy note. Just your memories would have been fantastic. This place has gone from a tourist hotspot to a suicide hotspot, but I suppose that was always the case. This mountain and death go together, side by side. Mikomori was once known as the Grove of the Shrine Maidens, a sacred grove where the mountain's maidens oversaw the deaths of pilgrims, easing their passing to the other side. I like that. I envy it. I wish someone would be there to see me off.
Rui, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
That tells me it's boss time.
The sunset. It's so beautiful. The mountain looks like nothing. Into that sunset. If I could just melt right into the lake. Into the setting sun.
The sunset beckons. It's calling me into the water. This is the right thing to do. I actually don't want to go in there yet. I don't. Yeah, I don't want to go in there yet. Yeah, see, like right there, I tried to bait a hand. So basically, you just literally need to be on the ball, I guess.
Looks like there was a fire. This must be where the innkeeper moved.
Rui! Rui! What's wrong? Is something there?
Oh, that was a waste of that. Yeah, for a story about a bunch of people drowning, we have a lot of hangings going on here so far.
What were you doing?
Just hanging around.
Can't you remember anything? Let's go home.
You cannot leave the mountain. Look. You will dissolve into nothing.
play. Okay. I thought I could do it. I couldn't. Aw, she was literally one hit away too. Fuck.
We're leaving.
The album of post-mortem photographs was assembled by a folklorist who lived on the mountain. His name was Yuri Kozukata. He became fascinated by the custom and moved to Mount Hikami to study how it spread through Japan. My father seemed to take an interest in these photos as well. Strange foreign customs always fascinated him. While he was running the inn, he helped Watari collect post-mortem photographs from the nearby town. On Mount Hikami, water itself was deified. It seems like Watari wanted to get a deeper understanding of this unique outlook, so he set up a house in the forest to experience it firsthand. He was greatly aided by my father, who had already set up the inn by that point. He remodeled it from an old unused shrine. I think he thought the extra religious heft would help attract more visitors. One day the folklorist went missing. Several people formed a search party, but they were unable to find a trace. Even the road to his house seemed to have been lost to the woods. My father scoured the mountain too, but all he found was that photo album. He was soaking wet when he got back. I remember he was acting strangely. His eyes had this curious glint, almost like he'd been possessed by something. The next thing I knew, my father went missing as well. I'd forgotten about the photos until I found them in the old building after the landslide. But now I understand why my father left Watari too. These photos are so beautiful. The photo album left behind by the innkeeper was put together by a folklorist who lived on Mount Hikami. As Ren and Riri explored the inn and traced the spirit of the owner, a ghost tried to lure Riri to suicide. Then, through the pouring rain, an ominous shrine maiden appeared. Ren and Riri left the mountain with more questions than when they started. I'm actually surprised I got an A out of that.